Hello everybody, it's Bruce McGonigal here. Mark Carney has told us that he will transition our economy into what he feels it should be, using emergency powers that are undefined at this point. So let's take a look at what Mark Carney could be using those powers for. How about eliminating your ability to own property? Wouldn't that make the transition a lot easier for those pesky farmers and First Nations who keep going on about how they don't want certain things crossing their territories? Or how about provincial jurisdiction? Maybe Mark Carney will use emergency powers to shut down the Alberta oil sands, or to specifically bottleneck it so that the industry starts to die while he shifts us over to mining for lithium and creating huge tailing ponds for that. Or will Mark Carney decide that we need another 3 to 5 million people, maybe even 6 million people to Canada, to help build the infrastructure that he needs for his new green technology bonanza? We also know that Mark Carney is very likely to borrow hundreds of billions of dollars, anywhere from 200 to 600 to 700 billion dollars, to transition the economy in his war against Donald Trump. Remember, folks, our governments are willing to spend 10 times the amount of money fighting Donald Trump than actually trying to make our country better. You know why they do this, folks? Because Mark Carney has built a career off of getting money from countries that go into World Economic Forum assets around the world. The World Economic Forum then takes that money and they put it into politicians inside places like Canada, where they take over our entire political system from within. The reason why they do this is because all of our laws are set up to protect our politicians and our democracy. Our politicians are so protected that they can lie to us openly about mRNA vaccines being safe and effective when they're actually mRNA gene therapy shots that were not tested, and the government knew it. The government's gotten away with that. With any Mark Carney government, you will not get to the bottom of the overdose crisis. You will not hold the cartels accountable. You will definitely not hold Big Pharma accountable. And you will not hold corrupt government officials accountable. My big fear with all of this is that Mark Carney is going to say this emergency is so important that Jagmeet Singh and I are going to actually have to postpone the next election for 6 months to potentially a year to ensure that the emergency effort is rolled out in the appropriate way. You see, the World Economic Forum has their teeth in Canada. They have ripped us off for huge sums of money. And like any abusive relationship that anybody's been in their life, the abuser will take everything that they possibly can for their benefit, whether it's emotionally, financially, or any other way, okay, to maintain control. That's what we're in with Canadian society right now and the World Economic Forum. But we as a nation need to break up with the World Economic Forum, folks. We can't individually do it. You have a bad relationship, you can leave. Canadians can't seem to do that with the World Economic Forum because we can't even get to an election to get rid of the World Economic Forum. This is where we're really understanding how truly evil things are. You are not patriotic if you're voting for a candidate who is a lifelong World Economic Forum member. Folks, I posted clips in the past about Klaus Schwab. I will post them again. He says flat out, even in 2024 and Davos 2024 and Davos 2025, that all World Economic Forum members are signed on to an agenda that was written 54 years ago by the World Economic Forum. That's not democracy, folks. Look at how radically the voters have changed their opinions on things in the last 10 years, in the last 15 years. So a policy written by a bunch of elites who are actual fascists out in Davos is the last democratic thing that you could possibly claim to be a representative of. And that's what Mark Carney's trying to say. I'm an outsider, even though the World Economic Forum trademarked my face, my picture, in 2011 with the World Economic Forum sign. Mark Carney is part of the World Economic Forum just as much as Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, and Chrystia Freeland. We are watching the World Economic Forum shuffle the deck as the Titanic is sinking, but everybody they're shuffling on the deck knows they have a spot on the lifeboat before the ship actually goes down. The rest of us will be stuck in the frozen waters, folks. That's where we're at with Canada. I can't thank all of you patriots enough who take the time to share my videos, to like and comment, and most importantly of all, to discuss with your friends and your family the situations that we're in. I watched the battles that went on in the United States of America to get rid of Joe Biden, to secure the border, and to do all of that stuff. We need Canadians to have that same determination.